Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Across the Lawn. Today I'm here with Lisa Brown, the mayor of Spokane, and we'll be asking her some questions. So first, Mayor Brown, when you were a high schooler, did you see yourself becoming a mayor?
I certainly did not.
Yeah.
I was not headed towards politics at that point in my life, but I was interested in helping people. And I think that came both from my faith background, but also from growing up. I grew up in Illinois in a small town, and one of the things that instilled in me is that if you step up, you can be helpful.
Yeah.
And so I think that was behind what eventually got me into public service and politics.
And then kind of touching on that, was there maybe a specific moment or turning point in your life where you realized that you wanted to go into public service?
I think really what a key turning point for me is when a high school teacher who taught math came to me and she said, are you taking senior math next year? And I said, no, my parents would really like me to take senior home ec.
Yeah.
And she said, no, I want you to take senior math.
Yeah.
I think if you take it, then when you go to the University of Illinois, that's where she went. She wanted me to go to the same place.
Yeah.
You'll have more options about what to major in. And if I took her advice and I took senior math, and that really gave me the opportunity to major in economics.
Yeah.
And economics is such a fascinating major that's led me into politics and into public service, but I wouldn't have been able to do that without that advice that I got from that teacher.
Yeah. Is there any, challenges you faced on the way to becoming mayor?
I would say yes, yes, I have. Before I was mayor, I taught economics and I worked in higher education. I have had the great opportunity to be at Eastern Washington University, Gonzaga. I worked at Washington State University when we were building the new medical school. So all of those were great experiences that led me to a place where I could be in this leadership role for our city. But some of the challenges I faced were economic, challenging to get the funds together to pursue my degree, my PhD degree. Some of the challenges I faced were because it wasn't typical for girls to major in economics in those days, and so there was a little bit of that sort of gender-based, girls should do this, boys should do that. So those were a couple of the challenges I faced along the way. One thing I gotta say about right now is our political system is very polarized. There's just a lot of negativity, and I'd really like to see us get back to that civility, respect. We may not disagree, we may not agree on everything, but we could certainly respect each other.
Yeah. And then Spokane is a city that is thriving with rich culture. How do independent schools such as St. George's help attribute to that culture?
St. George's is really a key part of what makes this a great city and region to be in, because you have those different kinds of educational opportunities. You've got both public and private. You've got both secular and religious. I think that tapestry of different types of education means this is a place where lots of families can find the right fit for their children. Yeah.
And then, this is a big year in our history as it's being the 70th anniversary. Is there maybe a particular moment in Spokane history that you find interesting?
So St. George's is 70 years ago. That means that when we had Expo 74, St. George's was already part of the community. Yeah. And Expo 74 was really a turning point for Spokane. We were the smallest city at that time to host the World's Fair, and people came from all over the country and all over the world to be here. I was so lucky to be mayor when we had the 50th anniversary of that last year, and we had lots of fun events, and we actually had people from our sister city in Nishinomiya, Japan, who were part of the original Expo come back to Spokane last year, and I got to host them, which was fantastic.
Nice. If there was a message you could send to current high school students who want to take leadership positions in the future, what would you tell them?
I guess what I would say is there's this interesting quote that says, lead where you land. And so rather than think about, I want to be in this position someday, I would look at, what are you interested in now? What organization are you part of? What is your passion? And organizing around that passion, gathering other people together that care about the same thing you do, that gives you the experience of being a leader, and that experience of being a leader in the things that you care about will take you into other leadership roles in your life.
Sounds good. Well, thank you,
Yes.
Mayor Brown. We greatly appreciate your time. We know you're very busy. My name's Colin Brennan, and thank you for joining us on another episode of Across the Lawn.